The Klipspringer hike, a 39-kilometer hike in the Augrabies National Park. That is on the Orange River to the west of Upington. The hike takes 3 days to complete. We did this in September 2015 with a team consisting of, left to right, me, Ellen, Tanya and Franz. The starting and finishing point is at the Augrabies waterfall. The first day is possibly the most difficult because of the boulder hopping that had to be done. But the landscape is interesting. The area is classified as semi-desert. I was fascinated by the geology, the fauna and the flora. On our exit from camp, we were greeted by a number of rock rabbits. They are obviously used to people and would not quickly disappear under the rocks. This being the Klipspringer hike, we expected to see some Klipspringers, which we did, but not long enough to bring the camera into action. Thus a picture from my archives will have to do. And talking of animals, there were those michis or midgets by the trillions, and they were stinging or biting. The first thing I did was to put on my long pants. That at least got my legs covered. For around our faces we used whatever was available, in my case a towel. Fortunately it wasn't hot. During the hike we noticed that a bit of wind blew them away. We climbed up to an exposed rock and had a peaceful lunch. The path followed the gorge of the Orange River, sometimes close to the edge, at other times well away from it, through a surreal landscape of rocks, boulders, stones and sand, passing the misty waterfalls, which is taking water from one of the channels of the Orange River, and all this granite and granite-related rock, formed from lava coming from deep in the mantle. I've been trying to find out what geological event has been driving this. Unfortunately, so far my books have not revealed that. And eventually, after 14 kilometers, we got to the hut. That is the Fish Eagle hut for our overnight stop. Accommodation is very Spartan. No electricity, no fully equipped kitchen, bunk beds, no shower, just a tap, but a good toilet. In other words, it's a proper hiking hut. I prefer it that way. We had a good night. Second day, from the Fish Eagle hut to the mountain hut. The path went down and into the gorge of the Orange River. I think this was the best day of hiking. About 8 kilometers, that's all along the Orange River. What made it even better, the michis left us mostly alone. The going along the river was sometimes hard and at times easy. There were rocky sections, sandy bits and grassy sections. Let's interrupt here and show a couple of flowers we saw en route. I don't know the names of any of those, and they are not plentiful. One has to look out for them. There are also the trees and bushes, all very strange to us, like this one, the Namaqua pork bush, Serraria namaquensis. Well, had the label on it, that's how I know. The time came when we had to turn our back on the river and make our way up to the plateau again. We did this by following a dry riverbed. I actually called it a sand river. That is a river of sand that is carried from the large sandy fields on top of the plateau. Yes, hiking signs can sometimes be a bit misleading. Our hut for this night was the mountain hut. It's in exactly the same style as the previous one, so the dimensions, we noticed, are slightly different. We couldn't fit the mattress across to sit on as we did in the previous hut. So there we are. Here comes the last stage of the hike. About 10 kilometers over mostly flat ground. It was easy hiking. We missed some turnoff somewhere and did most of the hike on the road, only to divert to the path again at Moon Rock. What an awe-inspiring rock. It's a huge piece of granite with a good view over the surrounding landscape. We stopped for lunch here. Soon after lunch we were back in camp. The end of a great hike, not too taxing and full of interesting features. Thank you, Parks Board. Not all the pictures in here are mine, and I must give credit to Franz and Ellen